What is this? Is this an interview or is this a j'accuse? You're on the wrong side of history, not me. I defend my population. We defend our country. We're proud of our soldiers. And if those soldiers, those brave soldiers, you come here, you land here, and you think you're allowed to accuse us of genocide and it's like this, no, sir, it's not.
Here's what happened when a journalist asked Boaz Bismuth, a Knesset member in Israel, if there's a genocide in Gaza. Let's take a look.
Is Israel committing genocide on the Palestinians?
Are you serious by asking this question? Are you serious? Do you consider yourself a serious journalist by asking me such a question? I'll tell you why. When UNRWA was created, how many Palestinians did you have?
You tell me.
No, I'm asking you. How many?
I don't have that number.
100,000, 200,000? How many Palestinians do you have today? Speak about millions, of course. Never ever have I seen in history a nation suffering genocide and growing so much. Stop with this ridiculous question. No, Israel is a moral country. Israel respects international law. Israel respects humanitarian law. And Israel has the right to defend itself.
Okay.
And this is something that I'm afraid you don't accept, you don't agree.
Amnesty International, sir.
No, I can
Amnesty
see.
International does
you're
not
not.
agree
You're
with
not.
you.
You're not.
Let me give you the sources of what I'm quoting.
If you're asking me after the 7th of October, when Israel fights for its life, because I mean, if they could, they would have killed all of us. So if we defend ourselves, and you speak of a genocide, when in the last 20 years, I mean, you did have wars against terrorism, and you would never have such a question to other nations. But to ask the Jews, of course you can ask this question. Why? Because the Jew defends himself. No. You would
Sir, it's not about defending yourself. It's the way you're defending yourself in a disproportionate way.
Because Israel,
I'll give you the sources.
For you,
I'll give you the
Israel
sources
is not
and then you
allowed
answer,
to defend
sir.
itself.
According to Amnesty, who published a 296-page report published in December 2024, backed by forensic evidence.
Amnesty, the most biased source on the planet, completely biased against Israel for years. That's a valid source, right?
They say Israel is committing a genocide. Your response to that?
It's a bunch of liars and lies.
So
and
Amnesty
again, as I
International
said,
is lying about Israel?
Israel committing a genocide, and you think I should respond to such a thing when I have all my boys dying because, I mean, instead of sending my jets, I mean, kids are going inside, and I've seen it. And you talk to me about genocide when I bury my children. You sit here in front of me, and you consider me, I mean, you're like, as the, asking me like question, investigator, and I'm supposed to justify myself. No, sir. Not only I don't justify myself, but I look at your questions, and honestly, not only I didn't come to justify, but I say that in 10, 20, 30 years, my kids will be proud of me because I'm defending, I'm trying to bring hostages and finding evil. What you're doing right now is defending evil. And this is absurd, this is gross, and this is not very respectful for you and your profession.
So by questioning Israel's atrocities or war crimes?
By mentioning genocide, it's an insult to my country, it's an insult to my soldiers, it's an insult to my daughter, it's an insult to my father, it's an insult to myself. But you're proud of yourself because you're going to go back to Norway. Yes, I had such a question. It's totally untrue, absurd, a lie. But what do you care?
Okay. So you don't believe Amnesty, you don't believe Human Rights Watch, UN experts are discredited in
I believe
eyes.
what I see, I believe reality, I believe my soldiers,
so let's
I
get
believe
to other
myself, I
sources.
believe my government, I believe Israel.
Now some of Israel's most respected Holocaust scholars accuse your government of genocide. We're talking about Jewish scholars. Professor Amos Goldberg, you know him well, I presume, a leading Israeli Holocaust historian, wrote, yes, it is genocide, it is difficult and painful to admit, but after 6 months of brutal war, we can no longer avoid this conclusion. This is one of the most respected Jewish scholars saying that your government is committing
Most respected. I don't even know the guy.
Genocide.
9 people here in Israel, or the Jews in Israel, some of them, are very proud of their army. You can quote 1, you can quote 2. I can quote all the millions in Israel who support their soldiers, who believe in their soldiers, who are proud of their soldiers. I am very, very proud of my army. I'm very proud of the way they fight. I'm very proud of their devotion.
Same.
I'm very proud of the way they respect international law, sometimes even by dying, by getting a bullet, because we don't do it as we could have done it easily by planes, because we respect human lives. And the difference here is that here in Israel, missiles protect civilians. Over there, civilians protect missiles.
Yep.
Can I ask you a
Yes.
question? You invited me for an interview.
Yes.
And I hope you leave it because you can afterwards cook your interview and choose whatever you want. You come here and you really think I'm going to sit in front of you after my country being savagely raped. You come to my country, you invite me for an interview, and all I hear is Israel, my soldiers, genocide being accused, nothing about the way we are fighting, the way we respect international law, a bit of honesty from your side. I mean, what is this? What is this? Is this an interview or is this a j'accuse? You're on the wrong side of history, not me. I defend my population. We defend our country. We're proud of our soldiers. And if those soldiers, those brave soldiers, you come here, you land here, and you think you're allowed to accuse us of genocide and it's like this, no, sir, it's not. We do not allow you. We're Israel. We're proud of who we are. Anyway,
Okay.
anyway, your interview is a propaganda against Israel. Please continue.
Fierce, precise, to the point, not apologetic. Great response by Boaz Bismuth. Of course, it's an absurd claim that there's a genocide in Gaza. Of course, it's not a genocide. Of course, it's not a genocide. If we release millions of leaflets from the sky to warn civilians and send them text messages and knock-knock bombs, they know exactly where to put their phones to film those bombs hitting. That doesn't dictate genocide. That dictates following international law, and Israel does that very well. I think one of the best international law following in the world out of all the countries around the world that conduct a similar war. This is a ridiculous accusation, and this journalist is a joke. And I'm very happy by the way he answered. Boaz Bismuth, everybody. There is no genocide. The only attempted genocide was on October 7th when they walked in and did horrific things to our people. Women, men, babies, children, burning people, taking hostages, not releasing those hostages unless they ask for a ridiculous amount of terrorists from Israeli prisons. This war should only end once the civilians in Israel feel safe to live in Israel. Right now, as long as Hamas is in power, we don't feel safe. So this war must continue. You want people to stop dying? No problemo. Release the hostages. Hamas needs to surrender. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to support me financially, you can do so through Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.